Greetings, friends. It's Pat at Dancing Moon Travel coming to you with another episode of Let's Talk Travel. Wondering, are you one of the many people in the world who are afraid to travel? Certainly understandable if you ever listen to news reports where reporters make it sound like murder, mayhem, and more is waiting for you at every corner wherever you might decide to go. Uh, or maybe you're a frequent traveler and would like to get an update, a few reminders about safety tips that might enhance your confidence and safety while out and about in the world. Well, tonight we're going to address a variety of issues related to traveling safely in the modern world. I'll share with you some basic tips about maintaining your safety and being a little safer when you're out in unfamiliar territory, as well as the countries and individual cities that have been identified among the safest in the world, as well as those that are the most dangerous. We're going to break it down by country and by city. And I'm also going to be delving into whether it's really safe to travel to Mexico these days. There's so much controversy about that. I get more questions about that destination than anywhere else. I have clients who just refuse to go, despite the fact that the evidence may say it's perfectly safe in most areas when we send our travelers. Anyway, stay tuned and we'll show you some graphics to show the actual statistics and things. But, and as always, I have a very cool giveaway this evening for you if you're joining us live, listeners only. So stay tuned. We have a lot of great and useful information that I'll be sharing with you this evening. Now, my first order of business is to provide just a short list of best practices to maintain your safety when you're out and about in unfamiliar territory, traveling the world. These tips will just help keep you safe and maybe save you from becoming a target for some of those ne'er-do-wells who might be watching you while you're going about your travels. First, folks, please just exercise common sense. There's nothing like just plain old common sense. Trust your gut. If you feel like something may be a little off, maybe a little unusual, it may not be quite right, just remove yourself quickly. Frankly, most people traveling get in trouble when they do stupid stuff that they would never consider doing back home. Just don't go there, folks. Speaking of don't go there, don't go off the reservation to drink to excess. Don't lose your ability to control your faculties and your common sense if you're prone to drinking to excess. And I know some people who never do so at home might be tempted to drink a little more than usual when out and about on their travels. If you think that might be the case for you on a particular day, folks, stick to your resort. If you're going to be heavily drinking, you're going to be much safer doing that there where there's far less risk of any problem happening. And wherever you are, folks, these days, just watch that no one tampers with your drink. It's just something that happens. It could happen right around the corner. It frequently happens right here in your hometown, wherever you're located. I guarantee that this drink tampering does happen everywhere. Likewise, do not try ever, never, ever to buy drugs in a foreign country. It's not going to end well, folks, no matter what. You're going to get drugs that you have no idea what they are, and you have no idea what's in them, and somebody is liable to take all of your money and do who knows what when you're doing it. And worst case scenario, other than ending up dead, of course, you could find yourself in jail in a foreign country, someplace you never, ever wanted to be. So, folks, don't ever do it. Don't, people, if you can't contemplate, you're afraid to take whatever your recreational drug might be. If you are a person who you don't want to take it on the plane, you don't want it to be discovered on your person flying, and if you can't do without it for 5 days, 10 days, whatever your trip is, you probably need to be in rehab rather than out on a vacation. Just saying, folks, don't do the drugs. Don't be stupid. Just go back. Tip number 1, don't be stupid, okay? Don't draw attention to yourself. This is number 4. Walk purposely, like you know exactly where you're going, where you are. Even if you don't, act like you do. Know where you're headed. Try to dress in accordance with local customs so you don't draw attention to yourself. These criminals know that tourists and travelers tend to have more cash and valuables on their person than the locals. So try not to stand out. I mean, there are things we can't avoid. We're taller or our skin tones or something like that. But just do what you can to try to avoid standing out. Use a crossbody purse or handbag. Sacrifice a bit of fashion. There are great travel bags that have all kinds of security features built in that keep it safe from pickpockets. It's much harder for people to get into them. So just use one of those. Use your fashion handbags back home, but try to use something secure when out and about. Never, ever, ever hang your purse on the back of a chair when you're out and about, as we are prone to do here in the U.S. Most crimes are crimes of opportunity, and if you're in Italy and hang your purse on the back of a chair, you are screaming opportunity is knocking, and chances are that purse is going to disappear and you're never going to realize it's gone until you go to pay your check. For the gentlemen, there are security vests very similar to the handbags. They have zippered inside pockets, and many of them, so you have places to stash your cash, your credit cards, your other valuables, and keep them safe as well. There are money belts, things like that. Don't flash. This is number 7. Don't flash wads of cash or strings of credit cards. Just don't let people see that you have more than a few dollars on you. Spread your cash and credit cards around to several locations, some in your purse, some in a pocket, some locked in the safe back at your hotel. Always spread it around. Split some between you and your traveling companion. Do not have all of your cash in one place. So if that gets hit somehow, you always have another stash somewhere. Keep a spare credit card, folks, back in the safe at your hotel as well. You want to have that backing up in case your card is compromised or stolen or lost. Number 8, leave the flashy jewelry at home, period. Don't take it with you, folks. It calls attention to you, and you could lose it, and it can be stolen. Just don't take it. Number 9, if you have an expensive camera, keep it on you. Do not lay it down on a table and turn around because, folks, it could be gone in a flash. So if you have an expensive camera, of course you want to take it with you. You want to get those great photographs, but mind your camera at all times. They have a lot of value on the black market, and they can disappear quickly. Finally, number 10, be careful about local transportation. Wherever possible, schedule your transfers from the airport to your resort, from the resort into town if you're going to be doing that. Schedule tours where possible through your resort or through Dancing Moon Travel. Don't ever flag taxis down in a foreign country. If you're using an app-based service like Lyft or Uber, be sure to check your vehicle and your driver, that they match the identification of what you are expecting. And honestly, these 10 tips, we can sum up most of the above with what I told you in tip number 1. Just don't be be stupid. So frequently people get into trouble when they engage in behavior that they would never consider doing back home. So just be safe. Don't be stupid. Bottom line. Now, let's turn to look at some of the safest and most dangerous destinations around the world. Safest countries around the world, folks. Topping the list for 2023, we have Iceland coming in at number 21, or number 1. New Zealand comes in at number 2. Ireland, one of our hottest destinations that we book all the time. It comes in at the number 3 mark. Denmark, number 4, and Austria, number 5. Just look at this. Look at this map, folks. The lighter the color on this map, the safer the destination. So you see that dark blue? Don't go there, folks. Those are the number 4 on the State Department list. Those are places that you just do not want to travel. You'll see Russia, the Ukraine. Those are Afghanistan. Those are on that list. Some other rankings of safest countries. You can see that Canada is very safe. Croatia comes in at number 15. The UK at number 34. Greece is number 53. Jamaica is number 81. And folks, deep breath here. The good old USA comes in at number 129 on this particular list of places to travel. People, if you are afraid to travel, you might just want to reconsider staying home. Look at these rankings. You could actually be far safer traveling internationally to many destinations than you are just staying at home. I know that is just something that it's hard for us to grasp sometimes, but it's the truth. There are so many destinations out there that are far safer than just staying home in the USA. Now, cities where people this has conducted a poll from frequent travelers, and cities where people say that they feel the safest when traveling: Taipei, Tokyo, Prague, Copenhagen, Singapore, Vienna, Lisbon, Madrid, Sydney, and Toronto. That's your top list of the rankings. That this was based on traveler feedback of what they think when they were traveling, that they felt the safest during their trip. Now, I would add to that, anywhere in Croatia, folks, I never felt so safe. I was out and about in the evenings all by myself. I never felt the least bit threatened in any city in Croatia that we visited. I just found it to be an amazingly safe place. Single travelers, if you want to get out on your own sometimes, couldn't hardly imagine. But choose one of these places where you can feel safe and not worry, even if you don't have a traveling companion. Great choices there, and that's based on traveler feedback of what they thought and felt like was safe for them. Now, let's talk about the U.S. State Department a little bit and their ranking of safest places to travel. They have a 4-point ranking system for destinations. Level 1. Let's take a quick look here. This is the U.S. State Department map of destinations ranked by safety. And you can see here, the red is do not travel. You see Russia again prominently featured. This is our own U.S. State Department rankings, folks. The checked things are, the yellow is exercise increased caution. There are caution marks there about traveling to the destinations in yellow, so you can exercise a bit more caution when you are there. And then there are, if you see the yellow and it has the check over it with the diagonal marks, That's exercise increased caution. Plus, those destinations do have areas where there is heightened security risk, and you want to take a bit more care. So this is our U.S. State Department's map of places that you can go. And we'll delve into this but a little bit more. But some normal precautions, this is their lowest ranking. It's where you can travel with just taking normal precautions. You can see that Scandinavia is up there, Canada, Australia, many countries there. Some of the countries currently on their list at this level include Aruba, Croatia, the Czech Republic, Poland, Australia, Taiwan, and Zambia. These are countries where you can travel with very little practical concern about safety issues, but still exercise common sense, folks. Don't go anywhere and be stupid, because you can get in trouble anywhere in any time if you don't exercise common sense. Now, the number 2 level, use increased caution. Now, a partial list, you may be surprised by some of these, but a partial list of popular destinations on this list of increased cautions, that would be the yellow here, that includes Costa Rica, Brazil, France, Italy, Spain, India, Bahamas, and the Dominican Republic. So these destinations are relatively safe, but you do need to be a little more cautious. Now, on their list number 3, this is where you might want to reconsider traveling, particularly if you are planning to travel independently, and you might want to travel a little more carefully if you're just going off on your own in these destinations. Mostly when we book these destinations, and there are some on this list that we book frequently, but we recommend booking on these more, a little more dangerous areas, given the statistics. We recommend booking escorted tours or through reputable suppliers and booking your excursions and so forth. So you're not just taking off on your own here, that you are in a safe situation with a tour or with a booked excursion with a known entity guiding you and keeping you safe. You're just better off not wandering off on your own in any of these areas. We can arrange those tours and vacations with safety built right in. And some of the countries on this list include Colombia, China, Egypt, Hong Kong, and folks, even Jamaica is on this list. Now, we book a lot of Jamaica all-inclusive vacations. It has beautiful beaches and fabulous resorts. We have great villa properties that we can book there, but we do caution our clients about taking off on their own and traveling without being part of a tour here. Great destinations, but you need to be a little more cautious and not wander off the reservation independently in these reconsider travel destination. Now, do not travel. This is a bottom line from the State Department. Their do not travel list includes Venezuela, Russia, Ukraine, Iraq, Iran, Haiti, and Afghanistan, folks. These are just destinations. We don't book you there. We just know we're not going to send clients there. If you want to travel to Russia or Ukraine right now, God bless you. I hope he keeps you safe, but we are not going to be part of that equation. Dancing Moon Travel simply will not send our clients to these destinations where we feel you're at risk. We don't even send escorted tours into this destination. We just don't feel like we can feel confident of your safety there. As to the most dangerous destinations in the world, the ones that make this list are the most dangerous destinations in the world. Tijuana, makes the #1 place as the most dangerous place to travel. I was there many, many years ago, and it wasn't particularly safe even then. I was about 20 years old and didn't have any sense, or I probably wouldn't have wanted to go there at all. Acapulco comes in second. Caracas, Venezuela is #3. Folks, take a deep breath here. The USA is very well represented on this list as well. St. Louis comes in at #15 on the most dangerous places on the planet. Baltimore, #23. San Juan, #42. Here again, this is a destination where we frequently send travelers, and we don't have any qualms about that if people just don't do just be smart, be mindful, don't go off and do stupid stuff. Detroit is #46, and New Orleans comes in as #50 on the most dangerous cities in the planet. Honestly, folks, if you look at this list, the USA takes far more than its fair share of its places on this dishonor list. It's kind of opening my eyes a little bit. I go to St. Louis and don't think a thing about it. Folks, I used to live there. It was always, the murder capital of the country several times while I lived there. But you know what? I didn't go to those places where that stuff was happening. I wasn't trying to buy drugs. I wasn't doing stupid stuff. Well, I did do a lot of stupid stuff. I'm going to admit it. I did. Sometimes I look back on that and think, Pat, my goodness, it's a wonder you lived through some of that. But I wasn't out buying drugs. I wasn't hanging out in the areas of the city where danger lurked. And that's basically what you need to do when you travel. Stay away from the places that could be more dangerous for you. Now, I have saved Mexico for last on purpose. We get more questions about Mexico than any other destination. People are there's so much press that happens about Mexico and everything that's going on there. And folks, there's some very, very bad stuff going on there. But here again, it is in some very, very different places of the country, and it's not places where we send our clients at all. Drug cartels, organized crime run rampant in areas, if you can see up here, up near the border areas and down around in these areas. Those are very dangerous areas. They're in these red areas are places in Mexico you do not want to travel. The gold areas there, you really want to reconsider travel. But if you see here, folks, look at the map. There's a lot of areas that are yellow, which is just increased caution. With the same level of concern that you would have about traveling to Italy and France, for example. They are not extremely dangerous. It's just not true. If you look down on the map here at that thumb that's sticking up down at the bottom here, that is where we send 90% of our Mexico travelers. That's the Yucatan Peninsula, and that's where Cancun and the Riviera Maya is located. It's an 80-mile stretch of beautiful beaches and fabulous, just amazing resorts. And this is among the safest travel destinations. It's ranked with Canada, Australia, New Zealand. The State Department does not have any reservations about you traveling to that area. The resorts are amazing. The beaches are incredible. Fabulous diving, fishing, and so much more. And they are very safe and one of the most affordable destinations in the entire world. Cabo San Lucas is also, if you see down here on the yellow tip, coming down here, I hope you can see my pointer there, but it's right at the tip of the Baja. That's the second most popular destination where we send our clients. It is another area. It has exercise increased caution, but it's basically a very safe area as well in the resort areas. Beautiful, beautiful resorts. Beaches are not quite as swimmable. They have a lot more water active, lot more. Just the beaches aren't as safe because the water conditions are much more volatile there. So clearly, folks, when you look at this map of Cancun and Baja, you can see that many parts of the United States are far more dangerous to be in than are the areas in these areas of Cancun and the Cabo San Lucas. So don't hesitate to go there. If you want more information, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Here's my contact information. If you want to travel anywhere in the world, other than the areas that we talked about where we won't send you, we would love to help you with your next trip. So to travel or not to travel, folks, it's an individual decision. Travel has inherently, there's some risk involved, yes, but so is crossing the street in one of our major cities. There's risk just involved in everyday living. And I choose to live my life, folks. I travel at every opportunity. If you have been hesitant, I hope you will rethink that and maybe ask us what one of the most safe destinations is, like Cancun, for example. Also, one of the most affordable. Let us help you go there and just see how safe you feel. Anyway, I say if you're thinking about travel, I say go for it. Don't be afraid to go. We're happy to help make it happen. Just reach out to us here at Dancing Moon Travel, and we will find something that suits your level of risk. And everybody's risk tolerance is a little different, so we always take that into account, and we will help you get to a destination that feels safe and secure for you. Now, always for live listeners only, this is just for you. We always have a drawing, something cool, give travel related merchandise that we give away on a weekly basis. And today you can't see these very well because of the glare, but I have a set of wine charms here. These have a Galapagos theme. There's a dolphin, turtle, some fish, some shells, a stingray, some various things here, and they're really adorable. I don't think you can see these very well, but they're really, really cute, and they're great wine charms. If you are watching live listeners only, and you want to be entered in our drawing, just enter the words. Go over to the comments section right now and enter the words "travel safe" in the comments section. And those of you who are listening live and enter travel safe in the comments section are going to be entered in our drawing for these great wine charms. You'll enjoy them, I'm sure. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Let's Talk Travel. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for listening in, and we hope you'll reach out to us whenever we can help you with another fun and fabulous vacation getaway. This is Pat at Dancing Moon Travel saying goodbye and so long until next week. Take care, everyone.